Okay, so here's how we do our quiz. This is gonna be fun. All right, it's now 11:12. So we need to have an active directory, domain services, DNS, DHCP, 2 test users, and 1 test bench. I'm not doing the how I'm doing stuff thing. That's your guys' job. I'm just gonna go through this really quick and show you what we can do here. All right, so we got verify everything works and the checklist. Make sure we do the checklist. All right, that's about it. Okay, so let's get to work. Go to our Hyper-V, we need 2, we need QDC1, QDC2, right? I'm gonna go new, virtual machine. Get some stuff off my keyboard. And just make sure, did I name that right? Q-DC1, we're good to go, all right. Let's do caps. QDC1, next, generation 2, next. Oh, let's do 4096. I didn't say what we had to do here, so let's make it run fast. Connected, we need to have external to activate, correct? All right. That's good to go. Don't need to change anything there. Install from ISO. ISO lives right here. Hey, how you doing, ISO? Good to go. Okay, open. Next, finish. All right, he's good to go. All right, so he should be down here at the bottom because he's Q. We're just gonna say connect, start, and we're gonna get him fired up. Make sure you click inside of it, or else you might miss that. Hit enter, and we're good to go. I'm just gonna get this quick to the main screen so I can do the other stuff. All right. Hit next, install. I did not tell you anything in here that you had to use, so pick something and go. Pick something you know how to do, though. If you're gonna pick core, you better know what the heck you're doing in core, all right? So drag that over so you can actually reach stuff. I know I showed you all how to do that. All right, here we go. So we have core GUI, core GUI. I'm just gonna do what I'm comfortable with. I'm gonna do the server with a GUI. Eval, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go I accept, next, custom, because we can never do updates because there's no such thing as an update. Not from this direction. All right, well, I'm waiting for this. Let's come on over here. Virtual machine. Q-DC2. Generation 2. Always generation 2. Cap lock turned itself off. Next. External. Next. Good to go. Next. Install from ISO. Next. Next. Finish. All right, cool. While I'm waiting on that, let's do my test bench. Got to plan ahead, plan the deployment, know what you got to do ahead of time. Now I need to activate, so these guys all need external to start off. Okay, I'm going to start this DC2. There we go. Do custom, next. Woohoo! All right. There we we go. And then bench. We'll see if I end up paying for doing these all at one time. Next, install. Blah, 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 yakety smackety. 1118. 92% on that one. This one could just be a regular data center. I don't want core. I definitely don't want core. We'll just do that one. Standard eval. Next, next, custom, next. Good to go. Bye-bye. All right, this guy, he's at 30%. He's good to go. Bye-bye. All right, we're going to focus on this guy for now. View, full screen. Click our happy restart now. And we're off to see the wizard. All right, what you should be thinking right now is, what's my checklist? What are the first things I need to do first? I'll tell you what, it's not start installing stuff. I love you. It's just a soda, guys. It's just a soda. Don't panic. It's 11:20. It's 11:20, guys. PM. Where's my love? Come on, Hyper-V. Oh, are we there yet? Let's get ready for our checklist. It's just about there. All right, let's get to work. Server 123. See, server 123, server 123. Okay, finish. They do not match. Apparently, I didn't look at this very well. There we go. Where'd my annotate stuff go? All right, so let's get into here. So remember, let me make sure this is exclusive. There we go. So Control-Alt-End is going to get us into there. Get it in, server 123. Here we go. So it's turning on for the first time. It's doing stuff. It's going to load up certain things. I'm going to say yes. Cool. So first thing I want to say is right there. All right. Right there. So it says network and internet. That's what I need. So that's the first thing I'm checking. Do I have network and internet? All right. Second thing. You want to check right here. Are we expired? So it says expired, but we can just check right here. We'll right click and we'll just do a refresh. It says we have internet. Now we are activated. So as you can see right there, we're activated. We're good to go. So let me go back into that server manager. That's our second thing we needed to check. Now we're going to go to our configure this local server. I'm going to go from right to left this time. We'll let our Night Rider finish right here. Cool. So I'm going to come over here. So we want to make sure we don't check for updates. There we go. Come in here and we're like never check. Say, okay, magic happens. We're up to date. Sweet. Good to go. Next thing, we need to make sure our time zone's correct. Okay, that's good. Okay, also double check. See, we are activated. We don't need to play with anything else in here. We're gonna come back over here. Let's go from bottom up. Let's change our static IP address. A domain controller has to have a static IP address. You can pick whatever your range you want. I like A. I like class A because it makes me feel class E. All right, but class E is experimental, so I can't use it. So I got to use class A. So let me just do something simple. If the cap lock was friendly to me. All right, it'll auto pick your subnet mask that should go with it. A default gateway, we don't need one because we're not going to use it. And then our DNS is going to be 127.0.0.1. That's our self. And since I'm going to just use 0001, I'm going to do 0002 for the other one. So 10.0.0.2. Good to go. Okay, okay. How beautiful is that? Now we're unidentified and we shouldn't have anything there. Then I'm going to come on up. I'm going to hit refresh so I can see that. And then I'm going to come up here. I'm going to turn on my remote desktop. That's the other thing that also needs to be turned on. Turn that on. Okay. Apply. Okay. Good to go. I don't want to connect like that yet. Okay. So all those things should be set where they need to be. And then we need to change the name. So this needs to be QDC1, right? QDC1. Okay, so I told the name, the VM, and this the same thing. So we are good to go. It says I must restart my computer. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna hit close, but I don't want to restart it. I'm gonna say restart later. I'm gonna shut it down. Why am I shutting it down? Because I need to change my virtual switch to a private network now. So I'm gonna go shut down instead of restart. This is gonna shut it down properly. While it's doing that, let me come up here and I'm gonna go view exclusive mode so I can see the top of my screen. There we go. So now we're in here. This is QDC1. I'm going to go File, Settings. Come on over here to my external switch and see I have stuff over here, but I need to do a Q private switch, right? That's my other one. I said, don't use that. Don't confuse it with your other networks. Also shut everything else off like I did. So I'm going to come over here to virtual switch, new, private, create. Call it Q private. All right, good enough for me. Good enough for the girls I date. Here we go. All right, now I can come back over here. Go to settings, Come on over here, the network adapter. Come on over here, Q private, good to go. Apply. Okay, turn her back on. We're gonna have enhanced options this time because we have remote desktop turned on. Control Alt End. Log into this. It should automatically pull up the server manager, and we'll come on to the next step. So we've done all of our checklist stuff. We're done. Checklist should be good to go. We should not have internet, and we should be on a private network when this turns on. So right there, no internet, and we should be unidentified, which is normal. If it still says unidentified after we create our domain, then we'll see what problems we have going on here. Just for safety's sakes, though, just make it a habit. We'll just go in there and we'll flip that adapter while we're waiting for this to turn on. I'm gonna go to adapter really quick, because right now I don't know if that is or is not glitched because we're not a part of a domain yet. Let's say disable this device, enable it just for safety's sakes. There we go. I'll close that, close that. Server manager still trying to turn on. So that's good multitasking right there, or a good use of time. All right, so let's look at something really quick. It's getting annoying. So remember our checklist. We checked this. We checked. We changed that. That. Time zone, and update. Make sure you did all of that stuff, all right? Now that we're on, we're good. We're done on this. Now that we've done our checklist, let's move on. Let's add our Active Directory domain services. We can go add role. Hopefully I clicked on it. We'll find out. There we go. All right, I'm gonna say skip that for now. Go next, next, next. Active Directory domain services right here. It says it needs to install all these other tools too. So we're good, add features, hit next. Next again, next. Restart if needed. It's not gonna need the restart till we do the next step when we actually set it up. So now that's installing and doing its thing. Let's go view, exclusive mode. I want to see the top of my screen. There's the top of my screen. I'm gonna just drop that a little bit right there. Move this over here so I can see what's going on. And I'm gonna come over here. That's test bench. I don't need test bench. What I wanted was DC2. All right, let's see. There we go. Same thing we just did. Move him over here. So again, first thing right there. All right. Yeah. He has internet. We're going to say yes. So that's good. We can right click right here. Tell it to refresh. There it goes, 180 days right there. So you can see. So clear as day, right there. Windows license, good to go. This thing's still working over here, so let's get some work done over here. If you're gonna do something, complete it fully before you switch over so you don't forget to do something. Start over. First thing I'm gonna do is turn this off because I don't want this pulling updates. Come over here, or that down there. We're gonna turn this off. Never check for updates. Okay. I'm gonna close that out. I'm gonna come down here, change the time zone. East Central. There we go. Okay. That's it on that side. Coming over here. Let's change our IP address. Right click, properties, IPv4. Remember, we're going to do .2 on this one. So 10 caps freaking number lock 10.0.0.2. Click down here, fills it in automatically. Again, it's going to be 127.0.0.1. Secondary is going to be 10.0.0.1. All right, we're good there. That's all set. Okay. We're done with that. Close that. Come back over here. We can hit refresh. It'll just show us everything we just did. Everything should be good. We need to turn on remote desktop. That allows us to have enhanced session. We'll hit apply and okay. That would be enhanced session trying to work. I don't want to do it right now. So goodbye. Okay. Last thing, come up here, change the name. Change name, not domain. Change the name. Q-DC2. All right. Gonna say okay. Okay. Close. Restart later, and I'm going to shut it down. Continue. All right, coming back over here. Close. I got to set up the not the DHCP, but the Active Directory Domain Services right here. Promote this to a server. Going to be a new force because we don't have anything yet. I'm just going to call this contoso.com, just like we did before, because why not? I'm waiting for that. I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to switch this over to the private switch. Q private. Apply. Okay. Still waiting for this. Here we go. It's just about time to enter some passwords over here. That's just going to count down. There we go. Server 123. Right here is just so we can restore. So restore mode. So this is our password, server 123. This says it's going to install DNS. There's not one here already. It's going to be our net BIOS name, old school pre-Windows 2000. We're good to go with this. So when you type like Contoso /administrator, this is the net BIOS name you're using for that. If you're using administrator@contoso.com, we're using the fully qualified domain name to log in. So I'm good with Contoso. This is the same stuff we've been using before, so I don't care. All right, that's where it's saving everything. Here's the script. Next. Prereq. It's like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? All right. Meanwhile, while I'm waiting for that to do its thing so I can hit install, let me just wait. I'll wait for this and then I'll move over to this. I don't want to get too back and forth. So far, so good. So I have my Active Directory. I have my DNS. It's going to get installed from this. So that's already taken care of. Remember, if you're doing a Active Directory domain services, it needs to be on both of these, both of them. 2 equal 1, 1 equals 0. It says it's installing. So while that's installing, I'm going to turn this on and we're going to do the quick check. We're going to turn on some stuff that needs to be turned on, right? So it's normal for this to say down here, no internet. We're not supposed to have it yet. It's not going to say Contosia either because I have not created it. So just for safety's sakes, we're going to go in there and we're going to flip it. Just for safety, because we know this can glitch right here. So I just want to better safe than sorry. I won't have my little symptoms until we actually have this connected and we're actually talking to each other. Once that's done installing, we'll be good for there. So that's good on that. Now let's also make sure our file and printer sharing is turned on while we're waiting for this over here. So change advanced sharing settings, coming over here, and let's just turn everybody on because we the homies. These need to be on. Right, on. Good, save. Cool. Everything's been turned on. This guy's prepped and ready to go. I'm going to leave this on local server right here. QD2, make sure everything's right. On, enabled, 10.0.1. Coming over, never check. Central time, activated. All right, she's ready to go. That one needs to be finished. So I'm just going to come over to test bench really quick. Of course, it's going to, all right, that's cool. So let me just give test bench its local password. I typed it wrong. I forgot the 1, 2, 3. All right, that one's going good. Hmm. 1140. Same checklist. Internet access, yes. Is this activated right here? Refresh it. It's activated. That's installing still. It's restarting and setting up all the services. So we're just going to go through the same checklist really quick. I'm going to do right to left. It's activated. Let's change the time zone. Come up here, turn this off. Later on, we'll manage this with lawsuits. For our quiz, this is how we're doing this. Going over here. Don't need to mess with this. I do want to turn this on. Don't care about that right now. Okay. And that's all good. We're going to come up here and let's just change this. Q test bench. Good to go on that. I'm going to wait to restart that because I also want to come up here. I'm going to turn something on. Turn on the graphical experience on this one. Next, install. Cool. Still waiting for that one. This one's on pause until this one's done. over here. Do we say Contoso over here yet? Nope. Come over here really quick. Go to adapter. When this says, we'll see what's going on. This might have a glitch on the network card. Remember, always when you restart, turn it on, shut it off, check and see. Now that we have a domain controller, we need to make sure it says what it's supposed to. So just for shits and giggles, let's come over here. I'm going to disable and enable. If this is working right over here, this should say Contoso over here. If it's working, that should say Contoso. It's not. All right, so we know it's not working, so let's come over to this one. All right, let's get us an arrow ready. So as soon as you turn it on after it's restarted and done something, always look right here. Make sure it says Contoso, all right? It doesn't. So we're gonna go up the file sharing. Go to the adapter, well, not file sharing, but to the network. And we're gonna reset it, disable, enable. Now it says what it's supposed to say. You see right there, it says contoso.com. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to come back to this one, disable, enable. That should say contoso.com also if everything's all happy, joy. Might not be. So the other thing, I have not turned on everything on this one over here. So let me come back over here, open network and file sharing, change advanced options, turn on, coming up here, turn on, next tire, turn on. I think I just did these ones right here, and then there's this bottom one. Turn on. Save changes. All right. So let's see. Meanwhile, come back over here. I might need to just restart this computer over here. Let's see. There we go. Can we see two? I can see two. All right. That's a good sign. Now over here, can I do the same thing? I can see it. Look at that. And can I see myself? All right. Verified. Those are talking. All right. Good enough. All right. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to close that. The other thing we need to do. The old one. Got one. That's myself. It'd be funny if I can't ping myself because that's me. Well, I'm waiting for that to wake up. Let's come over here. I'll do the same thing. Ping 10.0.0.1. All right, over here, good to go. I'm going to do .2. That's the other one. We're just making sure pings work. That was much faster. So good to go. And then myself. Let's do myself too. All right, there we go. Nothing else needed. Look at that. All right, so I'm going to close that. This guy's good. So now this one over here, we need to join the domain. So I'm going to do that really quick. Change domain. Contoso.com. Server 1, 2, 3. It's thinking good. Okay. It needs to restart now. Okay. Close and restart. So over here, I'm waiting for that one to turn on. I'm going to come back over here. Actually, this guy needs to restart too, right? Yes. So this guy can restart also. Actually, this guy can, yeah, we'll restart him. I'm waiting for all that. So let me come over here, tools. I need to create 2 users while I'm waiting for this. Contoso, and I'm just going to create a group for them. An organizational unit. Create an organizational unit. Actually, let's just do it like that. That's pretty funny. It wouldn't let me. All right. I know. This one's for me. There we go. I'll go to him. I'll make him a member of the admin group. All right, good to go. All right, so this one over here, we're pretty much done. Let's make sure this thing's talking properly, though. You see right there, that's logging into local. You don't want to log in local. Log into the domain. I just created this new user, so I don't have to worry about the other thing flipping. Looks like it's working just fine. All right, coming over here, I'm going to go to manage. I'm going to go add roles and features. Go next. So I haven't added him yet, right? So let's do this so I can add him. Go to all servers. Right click on that and say add server. Find now, DC2, next. Okay. Clicking over here, I know we're working right. It says Contoso, so I have no glitch. Plus we're talking just fine right here. Go back here, we're gonna go to manage, add roles and features, and now it should be in here that I've added it. He's right there. We're gonna go next. And we're gonna install a second Active Directory on that one, Active Directory Domain Services, yes. Next, 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 install. Then I'm going to come over here to this one, and I'm going to join the domain. This is our test one, so I'm going to test it on here also. We're activated. We're all, you know what? I forgot to do something. I need to shut this off and switch it to the private network, so that's what I need to do next. I'm just going Gonna right click on this, go over here, go shut down. Change that. Keep private, apply. Okay, I'll wait to turn that on. You can go away for now. Can you snap? Of course you can't snap. All right, it's done. So up here, we got more setting up to do, just like last time, but now we can add that to this domain controller. We're going to add a domain controller to an existing domain because we already have it on this one. There we go. I was going to say select. I'm going to say admin because it's easier to type. Should say Contosa right here. There we go. Open. Okay. Now I can go next. This is doing it on this one over here. Server 123. Now we're installing it over here. All set up. We should be able to see activity over here because of it. Yeah, there we go. We're doing stuff. So that probably means we should give it more processor. Excuse me. There we go. It's just about done turning on. Well, I'm going to turn on these performance counters on this one. I'll turn it on that one once it turns on all the way. If there's a problem here, it's probably because there's a glitch on the NIC card over there. Looks like it worked though. So now we're going to go to manage. We're going to add roles and features. Actually, yeah. Now we need our DHCP, right? We need a DHCP. There we go. So we're going to install DHCP, add features. Next. Go next again. Next again. Restart if needed. Install. All right, that's done. I'm going to hit close right here. I'm going to go up here really quick. Complete the DHCP configuration. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to use the normal admin, and then I'm going to commit it. And we're committed. We're married now. There we go. That's all working. So now we need to come back up here, and we need to add roles and features. We need to add it to this one so we can manage that one. We're going to go to the first one. We're going to go next. And we're going to go to features. We have the remote administration tools down here. We're going to make sure the one for DHCP is checked. And we're going to hit next and install. While we're waiting for that to install on this one, I'm going to remove a feature on that one over there. I'm going to go to DC2. I'm going to hit next. I'll go next, and I'm going to remove the GUI. Right here. Boom. Gone. And I'm going to come to here. I think I can just right click on it now. DHCP manager. There we go. So we need to set up a scope on it. Going to hit down. That's going to show me all this stuff. I'm going to right click on IPv4. See, you can't see anything. Remember, you got to drop the arrow down, then right click, then you can do stuff. Go next. I'm going to call this Q scope. It doesn't matter what we call it. It's just for us. All right, I'm going to do 10.0.0. I'm going to give between the range of 50 and then 10.0.0. And 255 works for me. Let's leave that as is. Next. I'm not going to leave anything out because I don't need to. I didn't have that on our request. Don't do more than you need to. Set this up. So the route, I'll just do both of our main servers for a gateway. As soon as I play with my freaking number lock. Come on. There we go. Then when we do route and features later, that would work. On Toso, and then just here, I'm going to say DC2. QDC2. Resolve. Add. It's talking to it like, mwah, 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 mwah. All right. Next. We don't have a Win server. Next. Yes, activate it. Finish. There we go. Minimize that for a sec because we had something else going on over there. Features removal still going on. And when it restarts, that DHCP should restart, and then we should be able to do our test and be good to go. 12:03 a.m. I need to go return that stuff. Yay. How you doing? I'm just restarting the service. It's taking a while for it to uninstall those other features. Everything's on, good to go. I come over to test. If we can get to it before that restarts. We might not get there in time. I don't know why it does that. This thing should have an IP address when it comes on. Here we go. Close. Connect. We're still only local right now. We'll see if everything works when we join. Did I still forget? No, I didn't forget. Okay. On Toso, yes. We're good. I didn't forget to change it. There we go. So now we're on the Contoso network. We're going to join the domain on our test one. Is it nap time? If I typed that right, I'll just redo it. Felt like it was wrong. That's why I'm using the NetBIOS name instead of the fully qualified domain name. There we go. Confirmation the domain works. DHCP works. Close that. Restart it. Come over here. It says restarts pending. Once this computer's done restarting, and make sure it has a DHCP. I'm going to restart that one over there. So now I'm going to log in. See, that says local Q test bench. That's not the domain. Make sure you're logging into the domain. That's the domain right there. I'm going to do John. Looks like John works. All right. Right here says restart pending. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to tell it to restart that computer. Restart server. Okay. And you should see this one flipping over right now shortly. Should be getting that command and be like, okay, I'll do it. Should be. Looks like it's actually restarting. So it's just not showing it here. I'll see it when it comes up with the boot screen. So over here, we're logged on. It says Contoso, no internet. That's supposed to. We got this because I installed the desktop experience on it. You can personalize. So see how it's gray now? This one looks different. Good to go. I'm going to switch the users. Oh, let me try Jane. Good to go. Yeah, see, it's restarted. $12.11. I just did a bonus step and I took that down to core. You don't have to do that. I probably sent too many restarts to that because it was acting weird. Once this is done turning on, it'll get the rolls from it. And this one, let's just check. Good to go. Now it's still turned on. We might not be able to hit it, but let's see. We can hit it. It's working. And let's go back to looking at what are we supposed to be doing here. Hey, that's annoying. Active Directory, DNS, DHCP, 2 test users, 1 test bench. Verify everything works. Okay, I've done all that. Guess what? Besides writing the steps and everything, I'm done. There we go. And this one over here should be in the state. Let me just refresh this over here so that says what it should say. Come right here. says online now, so that's good to go. And I'm going to pin them both from our test one. Pin. And I'm pinning the domain name and not the IP address to see if the DNS is working properly. We'll see. It may or may not hang up. It seems to always hang up on the first ping. So second ping usually works just fine. It's the first time the command's been used on this, so it's like, what? See? There we go. My IP address should be at the beginning of 50. See, 10.0.0.50. Everything's working right here. So if you guys, in your notes, make sure you put what your scope range and everything was that you put in there. So, and that is it. So we are going to wrap that up. Everything works. Everything's been verified. Now, if I was on your guys' end, I would have been writing this down as I was doing it. But that's all you got to do. So hopefully that helps you. So thank you and have a wonderful, wonderful